Take a breath. Right now, wherever you are, simply notice the air entering your body. Feel the rise of your chest, the expansion of your lungs, and the quiet release as you exhale. For just this moment, pay attention to what's happening. Life is moving through you. Without thinking, without effort, without you forcing anything, the breath comes in and the breath goes out. This is your first reminder. Manifestation is not something you force, just as you don't force the breath. Manifestation is something you allow. It is something you align with. And the greatest mistake people make is believing that manifestation is purely a mental exercise, a set of thoughts, affirmations, or visualizations that, if repeated enough, will magically shift the universe. The thought without breath is like a flame without oxygen. It flickers, it struggles, and it dies out. The truth is this: the universe doesn't respond to your words or even to your thoughts alone. The universe responds to your energy, and your energy is carried on your breath. It is expressed through your body. You can think all day long about what you want, but if your body is locked in stress, your breathing shallow and anxious, your nervous system signaling danger, then your manifestation signal is scrambled. You're asking for abundance, but broadcasting scarcity. You're imagining freedom, but embodying tension. This is why so many people give up on manifestation. They affirm and visualize, but nothing changes. They blame themselves, thinking they are not spiritual enough, or that maybe manifestation is just wishful thinking. But here is what they were never told. Manifestation is not just mental. It is physiological. It is energetic. It is embodied. To manifest is to breathe life into an intention until it takes form. To manifest is to move energy in such a way that your reality has no choice but to match it. Think of it this way: your breath is the first manifestation you ever performed. From the moment you were born, you cried out, and with that first inhale, you drew life into your body. That was manifestation. That was spirit entering matter. And even now, every breath you take is a declaration: I am alive. I am here. I am capable of creating. The problem is that somewhere along the way, most people lost their connection to this power. Life taught us to hold our breath in fear, to shrink our chest when we felt shame, to tighten our stomach when we felt anger, to shallow our breathing when we felt anxiety. Each breath pattern became a silent message written into our body: I am not safe. I am not enough. I cannot expand. And because the breath carries energy, those patterns became the energy we kept broadcasting, unconsciously manifesting more of the very things we didn't want. Let's pause here, because this is important. Science now confirms what the mystics always knew. Your breath is the remote control of your nervous system. Slow, deep breaths signal safety, which opens you up to creativity, intuition, and alignment. Shallow, rapid breaths signal danger, which keeps you stuck in survival mode, repeating the past instead of creating the future. When your nervous system is locked in survival, you can't manifest anything beyond survival. That's why, no matter how many vision boards or affirmations you use, if your breath and body are trapped in old fear patterns, manifestation feels impossible. But the moment you shift your breath, you shift your state. The moment you expand your chest, the universe expands with you. The moment you consciously inhale possibility and exhale limitation, you begin to rewire not only your body, but your reality. Here's the mystical truth that ancient traditions held close. Breath is spirit. In Sanskrit, the word prana means both breath and life force. In Greek, pneuma meant both breath and soul. In Hebrew, ruach meant breath, wind, and spirit. All across cultures, breath was understood as the bridge between the unseen and the seen, between the invisible and the visible. It was never just oxygen. It was energy, life, creation itself. So if manifestation is the art of bringing the unseen into the seen, then breath is the most direct tool we have. Now imagine what happens when you add movement to this. When the breath circulates and the body expresses, the energy doesn't just stay locked inside of you, it radiates. Every step, every gesture, every flow of your body becomes a prayer in motion. You stop asking for your desire and start embodying it. But before we move forward into practices, I want to ask you to reflect. How have you been breathing your life? When you wake up in the morning, are your breaths deep, open, welcoming the day, or are they shallow, tight, already preparing for stress? When you think about your dreams, do you breathe them in with faith or hold your breath with doubt? This book will teach you how to reclaim your breath, how to move energy through your body so powerfully that manifestation becomes natural. But first, I want you to feel something for yourself. Take a slow, deep inhale right now through your nose. Hold it for a moment at the top. Now exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Again, inhale possibility, expand your chest, hold it. Exhale limitation, let it drain from your body. One more time, inhale abundance, hold it. Exhale scarcity, release it. Now pause and notice. Already, in less than a minute, you shifted your state. Already, your energy is different. This is the secret most people miss. Manifestation is not a future event. It is a present embodiment. And your breath is the doorway into that embodiment. Throughout this journey together, you will discover techniques that will not only calm your mind, but awaken your body, charge your energy, and align you with the vibration of what you desire. You will learn how to breathe in ways that reset your nervous system, unlock your subconscious, and create coherence between your body and your vision. You will learn how to move in ways that shake off old blockages and let new realities flow in. And most importantly, you will stop trying to manifest and start living as a manifester. Because the truth is, you don't manifest occasionally. You are manifesting with every breath, every movement, every moment of your being. The only question is, are you doing it consciously or unconsciously? By the end of this book, you will know how to breathe your intentions into existence, how to move in alignment with them, and how to embody the life you've been waiting for. This is not just a set of techniques, it is a way of living. So as we begin, I invite you to commit to yourself. Commit to listening with your body, not just your mind. Commit to practicing, not just consuming. Commit to allowing the breath to do what it was always meant to do, connect you with the infinite power of creation. Your breath is your magic. Your body is your altar. And your life is waiting for you to claim it. Take one final inhale with me now. Hold it, feel it, exhale, and release everything that came before this moment. Welcome to a new way of manifesting. If you've ever felt that manifestation was elusive, like something always just out of reach, I want to reassure you, it's not because you're unworthy. It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's simply because you've been given half the map. Most teachings on manifestation emphasize the mind. They tell you to visualize, to focus, to repeat affirmations. And while these tools are not without value, they leave out the very thing that carries your intention into reality, your energy, your physiology, your breath. Imagine trying to plant a seed in dry, cracked soil. You can hold the vision of the flower in your mind. You can even whisper affirmations to it, but if you don't water the soil, nothing will grow. In the same way, your thoughts are seeds, but your breath is the water. Without it, your desires dry up. With it, they flourish. This book is your missing water. What you are about to learn is how to breathe your intentions into your body so deeply that your entire being becomes fertile ground for them to grow. You'll learn how to use breath to quiet the doubts in your mind, regulate your nervous system, and unlock the subconscious patterns that have been running your life. You'll learn how to move your body so that energy doesn't stagnate but flows freely, amplifying your manifestation like wind fueling a fire. And most importantly, you will discover that manifestation is not about getting something outside of you. It's about becoming the version of yourself who naturally attracts it. Let me give you an example. Think of someone who always seems lucky. Things fall into place for them. Opportunities show up. People want to help them. On the surface, it looks like coincidence. But if you look deeper, you'll notice something. These people carry a different energy. They breathe differently. Their bodies are relaxed, open, expansive. Their breath is not trapped in their chest, but flows with ease. Without even trying, they are broadcasting safety, possibility, and abundance. And reality responds. Now compare this to someone who seems to constantly struggle. Their body is tight. Their breath is shallow. Their shoulders are hunched. Their nervous system is locked in fight or flight. They might say affirmations, but their energy says otherwise. It says stress. It says lack. It says fear. And reality mirrors it back. The difference is not luck. The difference is embodiment. Breath and movement are the fastest ways to shift embodiment. They bypass the slow, logical mind and go straight to the body's operating system. In just a few minutes of conscious breathing, you can shift from stress to peace, from doubt to confidence, from scarcity to abundance. And when you sustain this practice, your entire life begins to reorganize around it. That is the promise of this book, that by the end, you will not only understand manifestation intellectually, but you will feel it in your bones, in your lungs, in your heartbeat. You will no longer just think about your desires. You will breathe them, move them, live them. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about forcing results. Breath and movement are not magic tricks to control the universe. They are the tools to align with the universe. They are the practices that return you to the natural flow, where creation happens effortlessly. Because manifestation was never meant to be a struggle. Look at nature. A tree does not try to grow leaves. It simply grows because the conditions allow it. The ocean does not try to create waves. It simply moves because energy flows through it. You too are meant to create with ease. Your breath and your movement are the conditions that allow that ease. So what can you expect as you journey through this book? First, you will reconnect with your breath. You'll learn foundational techniques that calm your mind, center your body, and expand your energy field. You'll notice how simply breathing differently changes your mood, your thoughts, and even the way people respond to you. Second, you will unlock stored energy through movement. Stagnant emotions, old fears, limiting beliefs, these live not only in the mind, but in the body. You'll experience how shaking, stretching, walking, or flowing in specific ways while breathing creates a powerful release, making space for new realities. Third, you will learn to combine breath and movement into manifestation rituals. These rituals will not only focus your intention, but embody it, charging it with energy that ripples into the world around you. Fourth, you will discover advanced breathwork techniques that accelerate transformation. From rhythmic breathing that charges your body with electricity to coherence breathing that harmonizes your heart and brain, you'll experience firsthand how different breathing patterns create different realities. And finally, you will leave with a personal practice. This is not a book you listen to once and forget. This is a manual for living differently. By the end, you will have the tools to design your own daily routine, one that keeps you aligned, energized, and manifesting naturally. But beyond the techniques, the deeper promise of this journey is this: you will remember who you really are. You are not someone trying to create. You are creation itself. You are not separate from the universe. You are the breath of the universe, expressing through human form. Every inhale is proof that life supports you. Every exhale is proof that you are already in flow. When you realize this, manifestation stops being a chase and becomes a natural expression of your being. I know this may sound bold, but I've seen it. I've witnessed people who struggled for years with scarcity suddenly step into abundance after a few weeks of breathwork practice. I've seen people who felt invisible suddenly radiate a magnetic energy that drew opportunities to them. I've seen people who carried lifelong fears finally release them with one deep embodied breath. and I've experienced it myself. There was a time when I, too, felt stuck. I read every book, tried every affirmation, visualized until my mind was exhausted, but nothing changed. Until one day, during a breathwork session, something shifted. As I breathed deeper than ever before, I felt my body expand, my chest open, my mind quiet. I felt energy surge through me, as if I was plugged into life itself. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about my desires, I was embodying them. And soon after, life began to move. Opportunities came. Doors opened. Synchronicities multiplied. That was the day I realized manifestation isn't about thinking harder. It's about breathing deeper. It's about moving differently. It's about aligning with the life force that is already within you. And that is the experience I want for you. So as you step into this journey, I invite you to approach it not just with curiosity, but with commitment. Don't just listen, practice. Don't just think, feel. Don't just hope, embody. Each chapter will give you not only knowledge, but guided experiences. Each technique will be something you can apply immediately so that from the very first day, you begin to feel shifts in your energy and your reality. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. And soon, you will notice that you no longer need to do manifestation. You will simply live as someone whose breath, whose movement, whose energy is aligned with their desires. That is the promise of this book. Not just to teach you about manifestation, but to transform the way you breathe, the way you move, the way you live. So take another deep inhale with me now. Feel it fill not only your lungs, but your whole being. Hold it for a moment. And as you exhale, imagine releasing everything you thought you knew about manifestation. Release the struggle, release the doubt, release the old ways. Because a new way is here. And it begins with your very next breath. When you think of manifestation, your first thought probably isn't your lungs. Most people don't connect the way they breathe with the way reality responds to them. But if you want to understand why breath is the fastest accelerator of manifestation, we need to start with something deeper than affirmations or vision boards. We need to go inside the body, into the very system that governs your state of being. Here's the truth. Your breath is the switch that controls how your entire nervous system operates. Every inhale and exhale sends messages to your brain. If your breathing is shallow, rapid, and trapped in your chest, your body reads it as stress. It activates the sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response. And when that happens, your subconscious begins operating from survival. You stop thinking about possibilities and instead scan for threats. You can repeat affirmations all day long, but underneath your biology is saying, I am unsafe, I am lacking, I must survive. Now imagine trying to manifest abundance, love, or opportunities from this state. The universe mirrors the energy you radiate. Stress energy calls in stressful experiences. Scarcity energy calls in more scarcity. But when your breath is deep, steady, and rhythmic, something miraculous happens. The parasympathetic nervous system takes over. Your rest and digest state. Your heart rate slows. Your body relaxes. Your brain shifts into coherence. Instead of scanning for danger, your subconscious becomes receptive, open, creative. In this state, your affirmations don't just bounce off the surface, they sink into the fertile soil of your subconscious. Your desires become believable, and once they're believable inside, reality reflects them outside. This is why breath is not just important, it's everything. It's the silent language that tells your body and your universe what to prepare for. Think about it. Breath is the only function in your body that is both automatic and under your control. Your heartbeat is automatic. Digestion is automatic. But your breath sits in this mysterious in-between space. You can let it happen unconsciously, or you can take charge of it consciously. And the moment you take conscious control, you take conscious control of your state. This is what makes Breathe the ultimate manifestation tool. It's the direct bridge between your conscious intention and your subconscious reality. Let me break it down further. When you inhale deeply, oxygen floods your bloodstream. This oxygen powers your cells, awakens your brain, and increases your energy. Your body becomes more capable, more alive, more magnetic. When you exhale fully, you release carbon dioxide, not just a gas, but also tension, stagnant energy, and emotional residue. Every full exhale is a letting go. Every full inhale is a receiving. Breath is literally the embodiment of manifestation, letting go of the old, receiving the new. And it goes deeper. Breath also regulates something called heart rate variability, HRV. HRV is the measure of how flexible your nervous system is. High HRV means your body can adapt easily to challenges. Low HRV means you're stuck in stress. Studies show that people with higher HRV are calmer, more creative, and more intuitive. And what raises HRV? Conscious breathing. Why does this matter for manifestation? Because when you're in a state of high HRV, your heart and brain enter coherence. This coherence creates a measurable electromagnetic field around your body, a field that expands outward, interacting with the world around you. Some call this your aura. Science calls it your biofield. Either way, it is real, and it is influenced directly by how you breathe. So when you breathe with intention, you are not just calming your mind. You are literally expanding the field of energy around you, making it stronger, clearer, and more magnetic. That is why people who practice breathwork often notice synchronicities, chance encounters, and opportunities appearing as if by magic. They are not coincidences. They are resonance. Now let's connect this to manifestation on a practical level. The subconscious mind, which governs 95% of your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, is highly sensitive to state. You can tell yourself all day, I am abundant, but if your body is tense, your breath is shallow, and your nervous system is screaming, I am in danger, your subconscious will reject the affirmation. But if you shift your state through breath, relaxing, expanding, opening, your subconscious says, yes, this feels true. I can accept this. Suddenly your affirmations have power. Suddenly your visualizations feel real. Breath bypasses the resistance of the logical mind and speaks directly to the body's programming. It is the key that unlocks belief. This is why so many people feel like they try everything in manifestation, but nothing works. It's not that the universe isn't listening. It's that their breath is telling a different story than their words. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you are trying to manifest financial abundance. You sit down to visualize. You picture the bank account growing, the opportunities flowing, the lifestyle expanding. But meanwhile, your breath is shallow and tight. You don't even notice it, but your body is holding its breath slightly, as if waiting for something to go wrong. That subconscious holding pattern cancels out your visualization. Now imagine the opposite. You begin your visualization with a few minutes of deep, rhythmic breathing. You inhale fully, receiving oxygen and energy. You exhale fully, releasing fear and tension. After just 3 minutes, your body relaxes. Your mind quiets. Suddenly, your visualization feels real. It feels safe. It feels natural. And because your body believes it, your subconscious accepts it. From there, reality begins to shift. This is the science and the magic of breath. And here's something else to consider. Ancient traditions have known this for thousands of years. In yoga, breath is called prana, life force. In Chinese medicine, it is qi. In Christianity, the breath is the spirit. Across cultures and religions, breath has always been recognized as the carrier of life and creation. Modern science is only now catching up, proving what mystics have said all along. Breath is not just air. It is energy. It is information. It is manifestation itself. So when you learn to breathe consciously, you are not just calming your mind, you are commanding your reality. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually use this in practice? That's what we'll go deeper into in the next sections of this book. You'll learn step-by-step techniques to breathe in ways that accelerate manifestation. You'll experience it for yourself, not just as a concept, but as a living truth. But before we move on, I want to leave you with a simple exercise, something you can try right now to feel the power of breath. Close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, letting your belly rise under your hand. Hold that breath gently for a count of 4. Exhale through your mouth for a count of 6, letting all the air out. We'll pause for 2 counts at the bottom. Do this 3 times. Notice how different you feel already. Your shoulders relax. Your heart softens. Your mind feels clearer. That was just 3 breaths. Imagine what 3 minutes could do. Imagine what 3 weeks of daily practice could create. This is the beginning of your manifestation mastery, not by forcing thoughts, but by directing energy through your breath. Your breath is not separate from your reality. It is your reality, woven moment by moment. Each inhale calls life in. Each exhale shapes life out. When you master your breath, you master the flow of creation itself. If breath is the bridge between your conscious mind and your subconscious, then movement is the language of the body that allows that bridge to hold. Together, they create the alignment necessary for manifestation. Most people imagine manifestation as something purely mental. You think it, you affirm it, you visualize it, and then, hopefully, it appears. But this ignores one critical truth: the body remembers what the mind forgets. Think about it. You've had experiences in your life, disappointments, traumas, failures, and while your mind may have moved on, your body hasn't. Those memories are stored not just in your brain, but in your muscles, in your posture, in your very cells. That's why people say things like, I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders, or I have a knot in my stomach about this. These are not metaphors, they are biological realities. Your body holds energy. And if that energy is stagnant or blocked, no amount of visualization can override it. You may affirm, I am abundant, but if your body is slouched, your chest collapsed, your breath shallow, your subconscious receives a very different message. I am small, I am powerless, I am hiding. This is why movement is essential. Movement clears the stored energy that contradicts your intentions. It shakes loose the emotional residue lodged in your body. It allows breath to flow freely again. Have you ever noticed how good you feel after stretching, dancing, or exercising? It's not just endorphins. It's your body releasing stored tension and realigning itself with flow. That sense of lightness, of openness, is exactly what makes you magnetic. When you move, you change the shape of your energy field. You expand it, you brighten it, and the universe responds to that expansion. Here's something fascinating. Science shows that your posture alone can change your hormonal balance. Studies on power poses revealed that when people stood tall with open chests and lifted heads, their testosterone increased and their cortisol, the stress hormone, decreased. This shift made them feel more confident, capable, and powerful. And because of that, they behaved differently, made different decisions, attracted different outcomes. Now imagine combining that posture with breath. Standing tall, chest open, spine aligned, while breathing deeply and rhythmically. Your body communicates confidence not just to your brain, but to the field of energy around you. You begin radiating certainty, safety, and openness. People respond to you differently. Opportunities find you. Manifestation speeds up. This is the secret many miss. Manifestation is not just mental, it is embodied. Let's go deeper into why. Your subconscious mind, which directs the majority of your reality, does not understand words as well as it understands patterns. Patterns of breath, patterns of movement, patterns of posture. It watches how you breathe, how you stand, how you carry yourself, and it concludes, this is who we are. If you walk with your shoulders hunched, eyes down, and breath shallow, your subconscious interprets, we are small. We must stay unseen. Life is heavy. If you walk upright, breathing deeply, moving with rhythm, your subconscious interprets, we are safe. We are strong. Life is open. This is why when you combine movement with breath, you override old programming. You teach your subconscious a new identity. You don't just say, I am abundant. You move as if abundance is already yours. You breathe as if opportunities are already flowing. You embody what you seek. And when you embody it, reality mirrors it back. Now let's talk about how movement clears blockages. Your body is like a river. When energy flows freely, you feel alive, creative, magnetic. But when energy is blocked through old trauma, unexpressed emotion, or even years of sitting too much, the river stagnates. You feel stuck, uninspired, heavy. Manifestation slows. Movement is how you reopen the river. Every stretch, twist, shake, or dance dislodges the stuck energy. You've probably felt this without realizing it. Maybe you were stressed and instinctively paced around the room, or anxious and found yourself bouncing your leg. Your body was trying to move the energy through. In ancient traditions, this was not just exercise. It was spiritual practice. In yoga, every posture, called an asana, is designed to open energy channels so breath and life force can flow. In Qigong, movements are performed slowly and deliberately to circulate qi throughout the body. In shamanic traditions, dance was used to enter altered states of consciousness and release stuck patterns. Movement has always been a way to transform energy and open the door to higher realities. And here's what modern science shows. Movement literally rewires the brain. Every time you move, you activate neural pathways. Repetitive movements strengthen those pathways. That's why athletes practice drills and musicians rehearse scales. Their bodies remember. But this also means that if you repeat movements of openness, expansion, and rhythm, your subconscious begins to remember abundance, flow, and confidence as its natural state. When you combine breath and movement intentionally, the results multiply. Picture this. You stand tall, feet grounded on the floor. You inhale as you lift your arms wide open, stretching your chest toward the sky. You exhale as you bring your arms down, releasing tension. You repeat this several times, moving with breath, allowing your body to feel spacious, powerful, free. Within minutes, your state changes. You feel lighter, clearer, stronger. Now, when you speak your affirmation or visualize your desire, your entire being radiates it. This is not pretending. This is embodiment. And embodiment is what makes manifestation real. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who is trying to manifest love. They might say affirmations like, I'm worthy of love, but their body is closed off, arms crossed, chest tight, shoulders hunched. This posture tells their subconscious, I am protecting myself. I don't want to be hurt. That contradiction cancels the affirmation. But if that same person begins to practice opening movements, stretching their chest, lifting their chin, relaxing their shoulders, combined with deep receptive breathing, their body begins to say, I am open, I am safe, I am ready. Suddenly, love feels believable. And when it feels believable inside, it becomes possible outside. This is the essence of movement in manifestation. It aligns the story your body tells with the story your mind wants to believe. Now let's bring in a practical lens. Movement does not need to be complicated. You do not need to become a yoga master or a dancer. What matters is intention. A simple daily practice of 3 to 5 minutes of breath-synced movement can shift your entire state. That's it, just 3 minutes. Here's a simple sequence you can try. 1. Grounding stomp. Stand tall, feet hip-width apart. Inhale deeply through your nose, and as you exhale, gently stomp your feet into the floor one at a time, as if grounding your energy into the earth. Do this for 1 minute. Feel your body solidify, your energy anchor. 2. Expansion stretch. Inhale as you lift your arms wide and overhead, expanding your chest. Exhale as you bring your arms down, palms facing outward, releasing anything heavy. Repeat for 2 minutes. Feel yourself opening to receive. 3. Shaking release. Stand with knees slightly bent. Inhale deeply, then exhale as you shake out your arms, legs, and torso gently. Let your breath move with the shaking. Do this for 1 to 2 minutes. Feel the tension leave your body. After just this short sequence, pause. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe deeply. Speak your intention out loud. Notice how different it feels to declare it now. That's embodiment. Breath awakens the flow. Movement clears the blocks. Together, they create alignment. When you live in alignment, manifestation stops being effortful. It becomes natural because you are no longer trying to convince the universe of something you don't believe. You are breathing it. You are moving it. You are living it. And when you live it, reality has no choice but to reflect it back. If movement is the rhythm of the body, then breath is the rhythm of the soul. Breath is not just air filling your lungs. It is the messenger that tells your subconscious mind whether you are safe, whether you are powerful, whether you are ready to receive. Most people think thoughts control their reality, but thoughts are fleeting, inconsistent, often contradictory. One day you might say, I am abundant, but the next day when bills arrive, you say, I'm broke. Your subconscious listens, yes, but it does not prioritize the words you say. It prioritizes the state of your nervous system, and breath is what communicates that state most directly. Think about it. When you are anxious, your breath becomes fast and shallow. Your subconscious interprets danger is near. Survival first, expansion later. When you are calm, your breath slows and deepens. Your subconscious hears we are safe, growth is possible, receiving is allowed. This is why breath is more powerful than words alone. Breath bypasses conscious thought and delivers a direct message to the nervous system and subconscious. It doesn't just say, I am safe. It feels safe. And once safety is established, manifestation can flourish. Let's go deeper. Your subconscious mind governs about 95% of your behaviors, patterns, and beliefs. It is like a vast ocean beneath the surface of your awareness. The conscious mind is the small boat on top, steering, trying to direct. But the subconscious is the current underneath. If the current is flowing against your desire, no amount of willpower in the boat will get you there. Breath changes the current. Every inhale and exhale sends signals through the vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in the body, which connects your brain to your heart, lungs, and digestive system. When your breath is shallow and erratic, the vagus nerve signals stress, activating the sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight, or freeze. In this state, the subconscious is closed. Its only priority is survival. Manifestation is impossible because your energy is contracted inward. But when you breathe deeply and rhythmically, the vagus nerve signals calm, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, rest, digest, receive. In this state, the subconscious is open. It is listening. It is programmable. Your energy expands outward, magnetizing your desires. This is why all ancient traditions placed breath at the center of transformation. In yoga, it is called pranayama, the extension of life force through breath. In Buddhism, meditation begins with awareness of breathing. In Taoist practice, breath is how one circulates qi through the body. Shamans use rhythmic breathing to enter altered states of consciousness. Across cultures and centuries, breath was recognized as the doorway between ordinary reality and higher potential. And now modern science confirms it. Studies on breathwork show that controlled breathing can regulate heart rate variability, increase coherence between the brain and heart, and even alter brainwave patterns, shifting you from anxious beta waves into creative alpha and intuitive theta states. These are the states where the subconscious is most suggestible, where manifestation becomes not just a wish, but an imprint. So let me put it simply. Breath is the remote control for your subconscious mind. When you learn to use breath intentionally, you gain the power to reprogram yourself at the deepest level. You are no longer at the mercy of old patterns, old fears, or old beliefs. You can breathe your way into new realities. Let's talk about how. There are 3 primary ways breath influences manifestation. 1. Breath creates safety. Without safety, your subconscious will not allow expansion. Breath teaches your body it is safe to receive, it is safe to grow, it is safe to shine. 2. Breath expands energy. Shallow breathing contracts your energy field. Deep, rhythmic breathing expands it. An expanded field is magnetic. It attracts experiences that match its openness. 3. Breath alters state. Your state of consciousness determines what you can access. Breath can move you into flow, intuition, and deep creativity, the states where manifestation is accelerated. Let's take each one deeper. 1. Breath creates safety. Imagine trying to plant a seed in rocky, unstable soil. No matter how good the seed, it won't grow. That's what happens when you try to manifest without safety. If your subconscious feels threatened, it resists. Breath is how you soften the soil. Each slow inhale, each full exhale tells your body, you are safe now. Over time, this consistent signal melts resistance. Suddenly, desires that once felt impossible begin to feel natural. 2. Breath expands energy. When you breathe shallowly, your body contracts. Shoulders hunch, chest collapses, belly tightens. Your energy field shrinks. You feel small. But when you breathe deeply, everything opens. Your chest rises, your spine lengthens, your belly softens. Your energy field expands like a balloon filling with light. Others feel this expansion even before you speak. Opportunities gravitate towards you, not because you are chasing, but because you are radiating. 3. Breath alters state. Your ordinary state is filled with chatter, doubts, worries, constant thinking. But when you breathe with rhythm and intention, your brain waves shift. You drop into flow. Ideas arrive effortlessly. Synchronicities increase. You feel guided. This is not random. Breath unlocks states of consciousness where the boundaries between thought and reality thin. In these states, manifestation accelerates because your subconscious is wide open and receptive. Now let's bring this into practice. I want to give you a powerful technique right now, a simple but profound breathwork practice that begins to reprogram your subconscious for manifestation. The magnetic breath technique. This practice can be done in as little as 5 minutes, but its effects ripple throughout your day. 1. Sit or stand comfortably. Keep your spine tall, your chest open. Place one hand on your belly, one on your heart. 2. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Feel your belly expand first, then your chest. Imagine you are inhaling light, abundance, possibility. 3. Hold the breath gently for a count of 4. In this pause, imagine that light soaking into every cell, programming your body with safety and expansion. 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Release tension, fear, and resistance. Imagine old patterns leaving your body with the breath. 5. Pause empty for a count of 2. In this stillness, feel the openness, the space you've created. Repeat this cycle for 5 minutes. As you breathe, begin to silently repeat your intention. not as a desperate plea, but as a calm statement of truth. For example, I am open to receiving abundance. I am safe in expansion. I am magnetic. Notice how the breath makes the affirmation feel believable. It no longer bounces off the walls of your mind. It sinks in because your subconscious is listening. After just a few minutes, you will notice a shift. Your body feels lighter, your mind quieter, your energy more expansive. That is the exact state from which manifestation flows. Now imagine if you did this daily. Imagine how your subconscious would begin to trust, to believe, to embody this new reality. That's how powerful breath is. And here's the deeper truth. When you change your breath, you don't just change your state in the moment, you change your identity over time. Breath teaches your subconscious a new baseline, from anxious to calm, from closed to open, from scarcity to abundance. Each breath lays a new foundation. And once the foundation shifts, reality must follow. Breath is the language of the subconscious. Learn to speak it fluently, and manifestation stops being effort. It becomes inevitable. If the previous practice showed you how breath can plant the seeds of manifestation, the techniques we are about to explore are how you water those seeds, accelerate their growth, and step into a new field of possibility. Breath, at its most powerful, does more than calm or energize you. It can move you into altered states of awareness, places where the veil between thought and reality is thin. In these states, your subconscious mind is not just listening, it is absorbing. It is reshaping itself. And once it reshapes, your outer world has no choice but to rearrange. Think of it like this. Your subconscious is the soil of your reality. Ordinary breath keeps the soil fertile. Advanced breathwork tills the soil, opens it, and allows entirely new seeds to be planted. These seeds are your desires, your visions, your future self. Now let's explore 3 advanced breathwork techniques that can radically speed up manifestation. 1. The coherence breath, aligning heart and mind. The first technique is called coherence breathing. It comes from both ancient practices and modern research by organizations like the Heart Math Institute, which studies the link between heart rhythms and states of consciousness. When your breath, heart, and brain are in sync, what scientists call coherence, your energy field becomes smooth, expansive, magnetic. Incoherence, on the other hand, feels like chaos, thoughts scattered, emotions tangled, signals mixed. Manifestation is slow in incoherence, but in coherence it flows effortlessly. Here's how you do it. 1. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Place a hand on your heart. 2. Begin breathing in and out through your nose at a steady rhythm of about 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. 3. As you breathe, imagine that you are breathing directly through your heart, as if each inhale and exhale is flowing in and out of your chest. 4. Now bring to mind a feeling of gratitude, love, or appreciation. Hold that feeling as you breathe. Within 3 minutes, your heart rhythm begins to synchronize with your breath, and your brain synchronizes with your heart. The result is coherence, a state of profound alignment where intention becomes amplified. In this state, affirmations or visualizations are incredibly powerful. Try silently repeating your manifestation. I am living in abundance. I am magnetic to opportunities. The coherence of your body and mind makes the subconscious absorb this like fertile soil drinking water. Do this daily for even 5 minutes, and you'll notice synchronicities increase. Opportunities will begin appearing, not because you're forcing them, but because your energy field is now broadcasting clarity and alignment. 2. The power breath, charging the energy field. While coherence breathing aligns and calms, power breath charges and expands. It is a more active, dynamic technique designed to flood your body with energy and open you to states of heightened receptivity. This practice comes from traditions like Kundalini yoga and shamanic breathing, and modern versions are seen in practices like Wim Hof's method. The purpose is to temporarily over-oxygenate the body, shift brain chemistry, and move you into altered states. Here's how you do it. 1. Sit upright or lie down somewhere safe. 2. Begin taking powerful inhales through the nose and relaxed exhales through the mouth. The rhythm is fast and strong. Inhale fully, exhale effortlessly, about 1 breath every second. 3. Continue this pattern for 30 to 60 breaths. You will feel tingling, warmth, maybe even lightness in your body. This is energy activation. 4. After the final inhale, hold the breath in as long as comfortable, then exhale fully and hold empty for a few seconds. What happens during this technique is profound. Carbon dioxide levels drop, oxygen saturates your blood, and your brain begins releasing chemicals that shift you into altered states. Many people feel waves of euphoria, deep clarity, or even visions. This is your subconscious opening, becoming pliable, ready to absorb intention. During the breath holds, visualize your manifestation as if it is happening now. See it clearly, feel it fully. The altered state makes your subconscious accept it as reality. Over time, this repeated imprinting rewires your internal blueprint, and your outer life begins to follow. 3. The rhythmic manifestation breath, programming desire into the nervous system. The third technique is what I call the rhythmic manifestation breath. This combines rhythmic breathing with visualization and affirmation in a structured way, making it one of the most direct methods for reprogramming the subconscious. Here's how you practice. 1. Sit with a tall spine, eyes closed. 2. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4. As you inhale, visualize pulling your desire into your body, like magnetizing it from the universe. 3. Hold the breath for a count of 4. During the hold, silently repeat your intention in the present tense. I am abundant. I am radiant. I am chosen. 4. Exhale through the mouth for a count of 6. As you release, imagine all resistance, doubt, or fear leaving your body. 5. Pause empty for a count of 2, feeling openness and surrender. Repeat this cycle for at least 11 minutes. What makes this practice powerful is the rhythm. The subconscious loves rhythm. It is programmed by repetition, by cycles. When you pair rhythmic breath with rhythmic thought and visualization, you essentially write new code into your subconscious mind. Over time, that code becomes your automatic reality. Now let's address something important. Why do these techniques work? It's not just mystical, though it certainly feels mystical. It's physiological. Each of these breath patterns alters your nervous system and brain chemistry in specific ways. Coherence breath balances the autonomic nervous system and synchronizes brain-heart rhythms. Power breath floods the body with oxygen, lowers CO2, and shifts neurotransmitter activity, opening altered states. Rhythmic manifestation breath leverages repetition and timing to entrain the subconscious into new patterns. Together they create a trifecta: alignment, energy, and programming. Alignment puts you in flow. Energy expands your field. Programming installs the new reality. Do this consistently, and manifestation speeds up because you are no longer battling the subconscious. You are enrolling it. You are speaking to it in its own language: breath, rhythm, state. Now, here's a deeper secret. Manifestation doesn't just happen because you want something. Wanting alone is weak. Manifestation happens when your identity shifts, when you no longer see abundance as something out there, but as who you are. Breath is the most direct way to shift identity. Every breath signals to your subconscious who you are being in that moment. Shallow breath says, I am small, I am unsafe, I am surviving. Deep intentional breath says, I am powerful, I am open, I am thriving. Over time, these repeated signals rewire identity. And once identity shifts, manifestation follows automatically because reality mirrors who you are. This is why advanced breathwork feels so different from just repeating affirmations. Affirmations without breath can feel hollow, resisted, or untrue. But affirmations with breath sink into the subconscious. They bypass doubt. They feel embodied. You don't just say you are abundant. You breathe abundance. You become abundance. And becoming is the ultimate key. So here's my challenge to you. Over the next 7 days, choose one of these techniques: coherence breath, power breath, or rhythmic manifestation breath. Commit to practicing it daily, even if just for 10 minutes. Pair it with your manifestation intention. Don't just think it, breathe it. Don't just visualize it, embody it. By the end of the week, notice what shifts. Pay attention to synchronicities, subtle changes in mood, unexpected opportunities. These are signs that your subconscious is opening, that your field is expanding, that your reality is already beginning to reshape. This is not theory. This is lived truth. Breath is not only life. Breath is creation. Breath is the lever that moves the universe inside you. And when you move the universe inside, the universe outside has no choice but to respond.